What's up, guys? So the April update is going live tomorrow in North America and EU regions. So by the time you hear this video, it's going to be live. There's these two events, though, that Trying Worlds really hasn't discussed yet or talked about. They're calling them Surf and Turf. There is a little rundown on the official forums. But other than that, there's no other information about these events. They haven't featured it on the live streams or anything like that. They run until the 24th of May, which will lead us to believe that's the date for the next patch will be May 25th. But the bigger news is that these events have some pretty good rewards in them. So first off, the first event here is a mining event. This right here, you can get these Thiorium from mining Fortuna Veins, which occasionally appear from iron veins. I don't know if this is active or not on the public test server right now. I tried to mine well over 1,000 labor there. I went through 22 Fortuna Veins before I finally said, F it, I'm done. I'm not getting any of this crap. I don't think the thing is active. So 0 for 22 over here. So either the event is not active on the public test server, which could very well be true, as most of these events are kind of hard-coded, or the drop rate is insanely low on this, which would kind of make this whole video pointless, as we're talking about the rewards here. And this is based on the fact that you only need one of these Thoriums to get this reward, and this is the reward that is going to make archers rage even harder. Look at this, guys. Increased toughness by 500 for 30 minutes. Insane right there. Archers already are pissed off about doing 1 damage per shot thanks to toughness and the Luna gems, but now you're giving them another combat scroll. And if these Thoriums are any decent drop rate at all, you can go ahead and stack up on these things for a long time. So if the drop rate does suck and you can only get one every like 50 Fortuna Vines, maybe it's not that big of a deal. But if these guys pop out one or so every 5 Fortuna Veins, this is going to be a pretty big deal, because it only costs 1 to get. 30 minutes of an additional 500 toughness is a pretty big deal. Then there's other rewards too. So this one might actually help archers. It says it grants plus 50% attack speed with a 10% chance to proc. So each attack grants a 10% chance to increase attack speed by 50%. This, like I said, this could help all the classes, but maybe it's an archer buff. I don't know. We're not really into PvP type things, but this seems pretty insane, pretty intense as well. It also has 2 different types of cooldowns there. So a 3-minute cooldown looks like once you proc the buff, it has 3 minutes before it can proc again, which kind of doesn't make any sense, because that attack speed lasts supposedly for 30 minutes there, which is a massive attack speed increase. And then the other cooldown is to use it so you can't just kind of like accidentally spam it, I guess. But we'll move on. And again, those take 1 of the Thoriums. And the next thing is the Superior White Regrade Charm. This is not the silver one. This is not for the high-end stuff. This is a guaranteed regrade for rare items. For low-tier items, it only costs 2 of the Thoriums, so it's quite easy to get. And then you also have your Bound Green and Bound Blue charms in case you need them, 3 and 5 respectively. You can also buy a Bound Mining Drill for 10. I don't know why anyone really would buy those for 10. Then you can get into Lucky Star Points for 15, Lucky Moon Points for 30, and Lucky Sun Points for 50. So again, I really don't see why people would buy these guys unless they really don't do any PvP whatsoever. I would definitely go with the toughness or potentially the lightning scroll there. You can also get a refined Luna Gem crate for 100, which again, I don't know. I'd rather have 100 of the scrolls. Personally, even though I don't really PvP, I would rather have 100 of those scrolls, just because we've never seen those scrolls before, and they're extremely good. And then the big item here is the Outpost Uniform. So it costs 150 of these things to get, and if these things are ultra rare, like they seem to be here on the public test server, I can see a lot of raging, because people are going to want this costume. And this is apparently the only way to get the Outpost Uniform costume. So if there's tons and tons of rage, the drop rates might get increased. So even if the rates are currently like 1 in 50, I think there's going to be a lot of rage, and people would, demand for the drop rates to increase, or, maybe they might surprise us and give us some free token things and just pass this out. Overall, I think it's not active on the public test server yet. I think it's probably going to be one in every few. But please post your results down below. If you are mining stone and ore in those Fortuna Veins, post down your results. How often are you getting these things? The next event is kind of similar. They got rewards, but you're supposed to go catch a special fish, a gold pufferfish in either Austera or 2 crowns. So around that region, there's supposed to be a gold pufferfish. We have no idea what it's supposed to be. Are you supposed to fish for it, or it's supposed to just be like randomly out there? We don't know yet. Most likely you're gonna have to fish for it. And the rewards here are kind of fishing related. The final reward is a brand new fishing boat here. This one is the exact same. It looks like holds 2 large fishes with the crane, and then 5 in the water tank. So a total of 7. But it's going to be a different variation of the fishing boat. Possibly that new variation that was locked behind that $150 or $250 paywall maybe. We don't know. We don't have any images of this yet. So please post images if you get it down in the comments section. Let us know. This takes 200 gold pufferfish. So the gold pufferfish should be fairly common because that's a lot of gold pufferfish. Of course, not everyone is going to get it. They're also allowing you to get the Love Paddle Boat for 50. You can get Super Weapon and Armor Tempers for 15 or 30. You can also get a Santiago's Fishing Rod, which is actually not bound to your character. So you could sell this, and these things sell pretty decently if I remember correctly on the live servers. This is only 10 of these gold pufferfish. So this would probably be the best gold value if you are trying to look for golds. You can buy a bound fishing pond. This gives you Dawn Lake Light Essences. You can get 10 of those guys if it's 1 per. And then it has some scrolls in here as well. This is a Superior Combat Boost scroll, which increases physical attack and magic attack 10% for 1 hour. Persists through death. It only costs 1 of the gold pufferfish, which is a really good scroll overall right there. These generally can be stacked with the other types of scroll, which increase your damage output a lot. Then there's also another combat boost, which converts 10% of received damage to health for 1 hour. So a lot of great rewards in here potentially for these events. Unable to test the mining one, I think, on the public tester because, I mean, out of 22 or 23 Fortuna Veins, I should have gotten 1. I just don't think it's active on here. I didn't go and test the fishing thing. Post your results out. How often are you getting these? How do you get these golden pufferfish? Do you just fish, and are they out there? How common are they out there if you're fishing? Or are they just a kind of random spawn that you see out in the open, in the ocean? Post down below. We'll try and get more information for you on these events. And thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, share the video, tell your friends about the events here in Archeage.